Good morning, sir. Thank you for giving us the opportunity today to interview you. We would like to ask a few questions about Panagay. For our first question, sir, what were your contributions for the Panagay Festival?
Well, my contribution is just very, very small. It's just the name, or just the term, Panagbunga. Because that used to be the Baguio Flower Festival, and then it was the organizers of the festival wanted to come out with a local term for the succeeding ones, and so they requested for terms from the local dialects of this region, and what I gave the Panagbunga was the one chosen to become the title of the festival since 1996-1997.
For our next question, sir, what inspired you to come up with the term Panagay?
Actually, I do not know if that was an inspiration, but when it was starting, I was approached by the organizer, the father of Panagbunga, Attorney Bangawi, to come out with a local term that might be appropriate for the staging of the flower festival. The local term that would, when you hear it, it would mean that it is something that is called bilyaran. So the word Panagbunga is a Kankanay term actually. So it's Panagbunga. It's not Panagbunga. It's Panagbunga, which means season for blossoming. It's season for blooming of flowers, of anything. Because there are other meanings that are associated actually to the word Panagbunga.
Sir, for a follow-up, what inspired you that you will use a Kankanay word instead of other languages?
Well, I have to come out with that word because I myself is a Kankanay, and what is convenient for me, that's the one that I give. But actually, I did the research on the different terms. So I tried interviewing some other people, Bontoks, for example, the Bontok form for Panagbunga, an Ibalay term for Panagbunga, a Tingyan, a Kalinga, or an Apayo term for Panagbunga. But usually there is no direct word that can associate to it. It is usually a phrase or it's a long sentence. And they wanted something that is just brief, that can simply capture what the flower festival is all about. And it was the Panagbunga that I gave that was chosen.
Sir, most of our people here are confused on how to pronounce the word. Sir, can you give us how we can really pronounce it? And the true meaning of it, is it really the blossoming of flowers?
Yes, it is Panagbunga is Kankanay word. So it has to be pronounced the way that the Kankanay pronounce it. So Panagbunga. And I think that's already clear. So you should pronounce it as Panagbunga, say how the Kankanay is doing. And Panagbunga is a word that connotes the blossoming or the flowering of flowers. But it's not really focused on the flowering or the blossoming of the flowers, because it deals with anything that blooms. The flower festival is a new idea, it's a new concept that bloomed in the city of Baguio. So when the term was given, it was actually the blooming of the Panagbunga in the city of Baguio, the blooming of the Baguio Flower Festival, because there were no other festivals in the city. And that idea of putting up a flower festival in the city of Baguio is an idea that bloomed. So when you talk about it, it's not only about the flowers, about the trees that blooms, about about other things that blooms, but it is actually the flourishing of new concepts, new ideas that would eventually lead to the development of the city and also the development of the region. So that with the success of the Baguio Flower Festival or the Panagbuna in the city of Baguio, it seems that other adjacent areas, municipalities and provinces also came out with their festivals. The festivals also bloomed in their regions. Like in La Trinidad, they are now celebrating the Strawberry Festival. In Benguet, they are celebrating also the Adibay Festival. In Mountain Province, they are now celebrating the Ayungong Festival. In Tachan, we have the Langay Festival of Bondoc. And Kalinga, we have the Ondalan Festival. They have also their festivals in the Ifugao and Apayao and also in Abra. So it appears that with the blooming of flowers in Baguio, with the blooming of the idea of a Baguio Flower Festival, with the blooming of the Panagbuna, it has also inspired other adjacent municipalities and provinces to also come out with their festivals. And that would probably be the more wider meaning of what blooming is all about. So it's not really the blooming of the flowers, the blooming of the trees, the blooming of other plants, but it is the blooming of a new identity for the city of Baguio and for the Cordillera region.
Thank you. Sir, I believe that you have the problems encountered during the coming up of the words. Sir, what were the problems that you have encountered?
Well, of course, the little problem that we encountered were actually the time to be able to interview people that would give an appropriate word for such festival. And you have to approach people, you have to identify people actually from where they are, and then ask them what would be a translation for the Baguio Flower Festival or a flower festival. You have to ask one from Bontoc, how do they say it in Bontoc about the blooming of the flowers? While how do they say it in Ifugao? How do they say it in Kalinga? And Baguio City is a multi-ethnic city, and so there's no problem actually trying to look and approach these people about the terms. You just go around, especially downtown, and you'll meet somebody down the street and you ask them, from where are you? Well, I'm from Kalinga. So you ask them really if what could be a term that they could use for the blooming of the flowers. But there is no direct word or just one word, except for that kankana word that we give, which is the Panagbuna, that was given some kind of preference, especially when I attach the literature on what Panagbuna is all about.
Sir, are you still an active participant of the festival?
What do you say, active? I do not join the street parade. I do not join the other activities that we are doing in the city. But I still promote. I still tell friends that if you are in Baguio, you visit us on February because that is our Panagbuna Festival. So not really active in the sense that I join in the street dancing or join in the Seasons in Bloom, Session Road in Bloom, or the landscaping, but we still consider it as a part already of our system. So directly or indirectly, we are actually participating in the Panagbuna Festival. We also experience the traffic jam. We also experience the piles of garbage that are being thrown by visitors or coming to the city. So we are anyway, as a resident of Baguio, we are in a way being affected, or we are in a way participating in that flower festival.
Thank you, sir. For our last question, sir, what are your thoughts or feelings about today's festival?
Well, the festival is already in its 20 years of existence, and it appears that the flower festival, the highlight of the flower festival that is being attended, that is being visited by people, are the parades, the street dancing in the flower and the fruit parade. And in this street dancing, the street dancing is supposed to be a showcase of the cultures of the Cordillera. So you find there a variety, a group of people representing different sectors of the Cordillera joining in the street dancing parade. But it seems that that is not happening with the recent activities now. And I doubt if it will ever give an impact on the participants or on the viewers of the festival. Before, the city of Baguio is full of visitors, people who wanted to see straight to their eyes the different manifestations of cultures being reflected in the street dancing parade. But what is happening now, I don't know if you have watched the parade. I was not able to watch it. I went out of town, so I was not able to watch the street dancing parade now. But I heard from friends that the parade now is lousy. It is not as before, where the performers are all eager to showcase their talents and to showcase their cultures, and you find performers, old and young ones, alike joining the street dancing parade. Now it seems there are only chosen people who would participate in the parade. Before, the invited people from other regions, actually, from other provinces, to come and participate, so that we have performers coming from other regions, like in Manila. They would like to join the street dancing parade in the city, but you don't find them anymore. It seems it's only the participants are only students, usually high school and elementary, who are joining in the parade, which, well, to me, that would not be a showcase of the cultures, because when you include, for example, when you include only the young ones performing, those are choreographed performances. But if you invite people from the mountain province, you invite the Langay, you invite the Adivay performers, you invite the Kawayan performers of Abra, you invite these other performers, it would bring color, to the parade. And you should note that that is the one that is being watched by people. The number of visitors coming to the city is not the whole month of February or the whole month of the Panagduna season. It is only during the parade period. So visitors come just to attend that week-long preparation for the parade. And after that, no more. So to me, I think the organizers should try to look for other ways by which they can continue to enhance the aura of the parade, so that people will continue to come to the city and watch these ones. But otherwise, once you delimit the cultural part of the parade, or of the festival, which is the street dancing parade, then the people will not be eager to come anymore. Kasi yun ang pinapanood nila eh. Yung gusto nilang makita kung paano nagsasayaw yung mga matatanda, yung mga tumatanda na, at saka yung mga kabataan na they're eager to showcase. Kita mo yung mga mukha nila, yung mga expressions nila. Tuwang-tuwa sila doon sa pagsasayaw doon sa parade, doon sa kanilang sayaw. Ngayon, papalitan mo ng music, gawin mong band music, tapos i-upbeat mo pa, tapos makita mo yung bata, nagaganyan na, kawawa yung bata na sumusunod doon sa rhythm. Samantalang kung yung gongs ang sinusunod mo, maski anong ilang oras ka nagsasayaw with the gongs, hindi ka mapapagod eh, because you keep upbeat with the gongs. Pero palitan ng musika, wala mag-iba. And that happened already now in 2010. So I hope na hindi sila mag-i-experiment, yung mga organizers, hindi sila mag-i-experiment sa kung anong gagawin nila sa parade. Ibalik nila yung mga dating scenario when you now see people in their traditional outfit marching down Session Road. So yun lang ang impressions ko lang doon.
Sir, thank you for your opinions, and again, sir, thank you for giving us your time.
So